morning guys and welcome to today's vlog. It is Tuesday the 15th of October. The 15th of October. Seriously, how many weeks is left now till Christmas? About 10, 11 or something like that. Can't believe it. It is going way too fast. It seems like we were only in January like a week ago. I mean, we've just kind of jumped a week. Anyway, I'm going to get straight into what we're doing today. Me and Dave have had a little bit of a lazy morning. And then Dave went over to the studio, well, his office, because he needed to pick the scissors up for me because I'm finishing Penelope's bedroom today. We've not gone out anywhere today, and I don't think we're going out anywhere for the next couple of days, just because Aurora is still poorly. As you know, she had a cold. We've had a couple of an emergency appointments. She's been on antibiotics. She's also been on a 3-day course of steroids, which doesn't seem to have helped at all. Well, a tiny bit, but it's like minimal, not a lot. As you know, a couple of months ago, we were quite concerned when she was younger that she had a lump on the back of her head, and that lump doesn't seem to have gone. So I'm getting a little bit concerned that the doctor thought that it was to do with the shape of her head growing. Maybe it still could be, but I'd still rather have it checked again, just to double check that it isn't anything else. And that's the reason why she's holding on to these colds a lot longer and not getting any better. She just seems to cry a lot, and she's so clingy to me to a point where it's just been getting me like really down, because I just can't do anything. Like, the only time I'm getting to do anything that I want to do now is when she's in bed, and usually that's only for like an hour, because then she's up again and wanting a drink, or then Penelope kind of wakes up. Penelope kind of wakes up around 11 o'clock because she'll want a drink of water or something like that, but then she'll sleep the rest of the night. And but when she wakes up, she wakes her up too, because we kept the light next to each other in the bedroom, so it's just really hard. But this cheeky monkey was just asleep and has just woke up because she knew I got the camera out. Yes, seriously, you must have eyes open while you're asleep. Yes, you're going to go back to Bobby's? Are you going to go back to Bobby's? Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, I've just been keeping Aurora in her pyjamas because I just got a little bit sick and tired of putting her in clothes and then just going straight into the washing basket when they were clean. So, because she's not been that well, just been keeping her like cozy, and even though she looks like a tramp at the minute, she needs changing again. But yeah, I've just been keeping her, excuse me, I've just been keeping her in a baby grow or a sleepsuit, just because today she started being a little bit sick. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, just because I don't know if that's just like a side effect because she's been on the steroids. So I'm not too worried about that yet. And it worked a lot, and it was only once this morning. But obviously if she does do it again, I will be mentioning that to the doctor this week when we go. I'm not too sure when we're going to get there. Well, I'm hoping we can get into tomorrow. Imogen's in the dentist at 10:30. So I'm hoping that we can be out of there for like 12 o'clock, and the doctor can see her just after them. Or he can just prescribe an inhaler for her, which he said he was going to give her next if he felt that the steroids weren't working. So I think like just asking me if he can prescribe that. My doctor's like really good, so because he's seen her a couple of times and he already knows that she's going to need it, then I don't think I'll actually have to go in. He'll probably just do me a prescription for it, tell me to give it her for a couple of days, and if it's still not got any better, then to make another appointment. But to be honest, I'm getting sick of making appointments, because how long are they going to leave it before they actually send her to the hospital to have it checked properly, like have some blood tests done or whatever needs to be done basically. I've already taken her to the hospital once, and I always feel like I'm wasting the time if I take her again. It'll be like, we've already been in and she's alright and the doctor's dealing with it. And they don't understand, like, if you sit there and say, well, no, she needs to have some proper tests done, because they really need to know why she's not sleeping in the day, why she's got this lump on the back of her head, and why she's had a cold and a flu for 7 weeks. I mean, I know that teething can cause these symptoms, and she has been getting a lot of teeth lately. So I do kind of think that the main point of it is the teeth. But it's, I just don't think that it would have lasted that long if it was. Sorry, she had the hair on the top. Dumb hair's making sure it was off. No. So yeah, we'll just have to see what the doctor recommends when I ring him in the morning. Anyway, I'm gonna finish Vanellope's bedroom today. Hopefully have the majority of that completed so I can get, sorry, I am so tired. She was up like the majority of the night. So I can get hopefully her TV back on the wall and get a shelf back up and start getting some of her other bits up. So we can get all this stuff that's just hanging around that we've bought for the bedrooms away. And then I wanted to buy her a new bed. She keeps asking for a double bed. So we can't have a double bed and a wardrobe. So the idea was to get her a double bed and put the same as like Imogen and Portia's, where it pulls up so we can put all the clothes and stuff underneath with Aurora's. Well, Aurora will have her other room. Or I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely shattered. Either put clothes under the bed, or I could actually put hers in the little room of Aurora's. So because the gap in the wall is big enough, I could probably put 2 rails and then put a set of drawers at the bottom. Sorry, I've got something in my mouth. Not having a really good morning, am I? So yeah, I could do that, and then she could just use underneath the bed for a toy, so I could put them in plastic boxes. So if it ever leaked again or we ever flooded again, then at least the bed's only going to get wet, and the toys and everything will be protected in plastic boxes, because that's how we've got to live now. We're basically living out of plastic boxes. Apart from in our bedroom, I need to go and pick some up so we can get all the stuff that is under there in plastic boxes. I really cannot wait to move out of this house. You don't even understand. But we just financially can't afford to do it yet, and to be honest, we're going to Florida next year, so it just really wouldn't be the best moving right on top of Christmas, paying for a really expensive holiday, and then having to buy stuff for a new house and do it up and decorate. It's just like too much. Could move in the studio, live there for a bit, although I don't think Dave would. I don't think it'd be practical anyway. Well, saying that, it would if you did it properly. But what is up with you? Why have you turned over? Now I can't see you. Where you gone? Where you gone? Where you gone? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a sulk, by the way. Have you seen how dark her hair's going now? Oh, do you want to sit up? Come on then. I've sat you up now. Are you happy again? Are you happy? Who's that? Who's that? You want to go back to sleep? You want to go back to sleep? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and get her back to sleep, and let's just make sure that's in the bed. And then I'm going to check back in with you guys once the kids come home and show you what I've been doing in Vanellope's bedroom. I forgot to show you the other night as well the suits that I bought for, the dress that I bought for Vanellope, and the little baby roll that I bought for Aurora. So I think we'll be at the studio tomorrow hopefully, so I'll show you when we go over them. But I'm going to go get my little diamond to sleep, and then we will see you guys shortly.
Later that same evening.
Alright, so I'm going to head over to the studio. I've got a load of packaging and stuff that I'll show you when I get there that was sent to me today by one of my customers who works in packaging and stuff like that. So yeah, that saved me a lot of money on average every month. Cat there, pregnant, always is. The other cats call it the bike, I don't know why. Alright, so I'm over at the studio. I've just come over to drop some packaging stuff off. Stuart sent me a load of stuff over. He sent me 2 more rolls of bubble wrap that I used to get from Amazon. Now I get them from him for nothing. He's also sent me in here, there's a load of boxes and also rolls thick rolls of packaging, or fill it's called, like packaging fill. So it's like craft paper, brown craft paper that we just scrunch up and put in. An absolute godsend. He's going to be sending me them every month. So for the packaging side of stuff, I don't have to worry about that anymore, which is massive, because I was spending upwards of like £40–50 every other month on it, and now that's been eliminated. So that £40–50 can now go into the fund for Disney World, which is amazing. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. I've got a blockage again on one of the well, on the CR10 that I showed you yesterday with the Bowden tube. Basically what's happened is the filament has tangled itself, so every time it's getting to it, it's strangling it. So I've cut away all the filament back. I'm going to stick it on a different printer now and get it running, get it printing, and get this Judge Dredd shoulder pad finished for a client. Take some pictures of it before I get it out, because obviously I've never done the Judge Dredd one before. Well, I do the Judge Dredd gun, but I don't do the Judge Dredd shoulder pads. I'm going to start doing the helmets as well. But yeah, that's basically where we are. So I'm going to finish up here, I'm going to head back home, and I'm sure Sarah's going to fill you with magical wisdom before the end of the vlog.
Okay guys, I thought that I would check back in. I've not done much vlogging. I've not done any vlogging since last time I spoke to you, simply because, you know what, where do we get that from? Simply because it reminds me of a programme. Can you think what it is? Simply because, I don't know, it just reminds me of a programme. But anyway, moving on from that, tonight I went and bathed Aurora, and she had a hair wrapped around a little toe. Well, not a little toe, a middle toe, and the one next to it. Now, we can't understand how this has happened, because I changed her this morning out the babe grow that she had on to another babe grow, simply because she had chocolate all over it. See, simply because, I just can't help saying that. That must be my new one rather than actually. Yeah, so I changed her this morning and I didn't notice it. I don't know whether it was because it was wrapped around the toe that much that I didn't see it, and like the skin had gone over it. But when I came to bath her tonight and I lay down, she was kicking. She's not been like unhappy with it or anything, but she was sick this morning, and I'm wondering if that was why. But I just feel like real guilty because I've not even noticed that my own baby's got hair wrapped around the toe. Anyway, it was quite embedded, and I started panicking. I bathed her, got her out, shouted Dave, and got him to have a look. And I was just like really worried that like it was going to rip a toe off or something. I don't know why. It's not funny, but it is funny now when I was thinking about how I was acting. But I suppose that's just natural, being a mum. So luckily we have a friend over the road, and she's a mental health nurse, but she has done other nursing, and she's quite capable of like doing this kind of stuff, because she has a lot of people that are laying beds and have to be cleaned a lot, and if they've got hair stuck around them or whatever. So we just said we'll go and ask her. But with the lady at the end of our road, she's a nurse as well. I'm not too sure what kind of nurse she is. I don't know if she's a nurse or a midwife. She kind of had a midwife's uniform on, didn't she? Anyway, Lisa was in. She was just about ready to go to work, so we just caught her at the right time, and she came over. I'd managed to get like one piece off one toe, so it was all gone, and then managed to get some of the other pieces off with nail clippers, like just putting it under slowly and just trying to like ease it. Anyway, we managed to get it off and she's fine. But I just sit there and I think, can you imagine if I hadn't noticed? Because like because she's been poorly, I've not been bathing her every single night, just because I don't want her to get even more poorly. So on the warmer nights I've been giving her a bath, and it has been helping. But I sit there and I think, can you imagine if this would have been the night that I wasn't bathing her? We may woke up tomorrow with no baby, because it was so swollen, and it worked till like Lisa came in. She said her foot's swelling with it, so she said just to keep an eye on it for like half an hour and make sure like the line of the hair disappeared. Anyway, it did, and she's fine. I keep going down and checking her, making sure that she's okay, and she's quite happy with the Doda, so she's fine. Anyway, we're moving on from that now. Aurora is fine. today we were sent a package by, is it Simply Kids?
Yeah.
Which is, well, it's this, but Aurora's half eating it. She likes eating paper. So they sent us some stuff to review, which is the slime bath, this one, and also the jelly bath. Is it bath? Or it's not bath, is it?
Not yet, it's bath. So it's like how you'd say if you're from Manchester.
But that's like bath,
no,
isn't it?
It's no harm.
Right, so it's bath. Anyway. So, we got loads of these little ones as well, in purple.
They're actually little ones. They're the same ones that are in the
green.
packet.
Yeah, they're the same ones that are in there, they're just not boxing, they've just took them out the backs, out the box.
Yeah.
So we've got like, we've got 3 purple, 3 green, and 3 white. So we want
the activator.
We want to use some of them in the studio for Halloween. Do that all you want, I really don't care. If you want to know what he was doing, just put one finger up at me. So we're going to use some of the green ones for Halloween because they want us to do a video using it in there. And we'll probably use the purple. I'm just thinking of like having some kind of cauldron where kids can like dip their hands in and get like little prizes out or something. But yeah, so we're going to do a proper review on these this week. I just want to say thanks to Simply Kids for sending us this. So we have done a couple of these before, but we're looking forward to doing them again because it was quite a while ago. I think it was like when we first started vlogging, we did most of these. It was when
Toys R Us was open, and then when they crashed, no one could get them.
So it'd be really good to like do them properly this time because we were just learning then. We're still learning now. We don't even vlog properly. That's how bad it's getting. But we are promising to make things a lot better, hopefully. Well, when Dave gets off his ass and does something. I don't know what you're shaking your head for. Sit there shaking your head all you want. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So there was a couple of things I wanted to show you today, like Vanellope's bedroom and Aurora's room. Dave's put the shelf up now in there, so some of the teddies that you guys sent us when Aurora was born are going to go on top, and then I'm going to get another shelf for the rest of them. I know some of them don't match, but they're just so cute that I've got to put them in there. I really wanted to get like a display cabinet like what Dave's got his Star Wars stuff in, and have that like stood up in the corner so all the teddies could go in that and they won't get all dusty and hanging. Saying that, the dust still gets in that, doesn't it? Really bad.
Yeah.
But it might not in that little room because it's only tiny and there's not really anywhere where any dust can come from. But yeah, that is basically it. So I have had an eventful rest of the day. I wanted to carry on with Vanellope's bedroom, but by the time Dave got home and we'd done tea and we'd sorted the baby, bathed her and then the hair, there was just no time, so we just had to put everything away. I've got one piece of wallpaper up, bonus, but apart from that, nothing else. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to leave you with my darling husband because he loves vlogging.
Alright guys, I'm going to end today's vlog after Sarah's just bored you for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end today's vlog. Yeah, whatever. Do not forget to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you click. Make sure, in fact, you click the notification bell. It does nothing. Make sure you leave us a comment if you can, and we will see you guys tomorrow because we do this every single day.